Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Goddard & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Goddard & Young.
Extra, extra! Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
Rowdy Creek Ranch, located on Highway 300 between Gilmer and Longview, is your destination for a world-class escape. With everything from dinner and wine tastings to weekend retreats in our unique and luxurious glamping park, Rowdy Creek is a little piece of heaven right in our own backyard. Corporate events, reunion gatherings, weekend getaways, and even dinner with live music are all on offer at Rowdy Creek Ranch.
For all of your oil change and automotive service and maintenance needs, drop by Pit Stop Oil and Lube in Gilmer and take care of it with the fast, friendly, and full quality service. Pit Stop Oil and Lube is your hometown car care professional and can take care of anything your car needs to keep your vehicle running great and to keep you safe and satisfied. Conveniently located on Highway 271 North in Gilmer, if you need an oil change or inspection, make a pit stop at Pit Stop Oil and Lube.
You've heard the saying, location, location, location. Well, at First National Bank of East Texas, we've got branches, branches, branches to proudly serve our family of customers across East Texas and beyond, providing the convenient banking and financial services you need to grow your business or to help you manage your money and fulfill your personal financial goals. First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Welcome to Carthage, Texas, to the game of the week. Just about everywhere, Jeff. It is
game of the century.
Replay of the 2020 state championship, Gilmer Buckeyes, Carthage Bulldogs. We've had this circle for a long time, week 5. And Jeff, here we are. There's a few big differences between last year and both meetings this year. Is that last year, that's the best high school football team I've seen in a long, long time.
It's the best one I've ever seen.
Yeah, with
Power rankings, they were ranked #1 in the state, which means they should be able to beat any 6A team in the state last year, and they were #3 in the nation.
It was close, and they're not them. That's the good news. The other good news is the young Buckeyes last year have now grown up to become some mature Buckeyes. So we expect tonight, actually, for if Gilmer plays well, to be the favorite. They have more talent all over the field. Now, it's not like that Carthage isn't Carthage. They've still got Kip Lewis.
Yeah, they're our favorite.
Yeah,
let's be clear.
Well,
the state of Texas still has Carthage picked #1.
Yeah.
Gilmer's #2. So you're seeing basically the replay of the state championship, like you said last year, and odds are could very well be again the state championship again this year.
Most likely.
Yeah.
And now I would actually say that a lot of people are judging that based upon 2 games that Carthage has played. Fortunately, I've got access to all the film. They played Crosby, which played for a 5A state championship Division II last year. They're not the same team that played in the state championship. Yeah. And then San Antonio Cornerstone, which is a private school. That's the only 2 games Carthage has played. Of course, the Buckeyes come in tonight 4-0, are averaging just almost 50 points a game.
And remember, that was the same scenario last year where Carthage has only played a couple of games because of COVID.
Because of COVID. So it's a lot similar, but it's a lot different. It's a lot different.
That's called an oxymoron.
Very much so. Very much so. I certainly hope so that we flipped everything, that we're here this year and not in Gilmer. But I hope that we get back to the same place on December 16th, that we get back to Jerry's World and see Carthage again. I think the main difference, Jeff, is that this year the size of the line in the trenches, we're not completely overpowered.
That's going to be a big factor in any game, obviously. But last year, that's what won the football games for Carthage last year. That, and they had a 6'5" quarterback that could sling a ball a mile, and he had 3 championship rings to prove it. They had a really good back. They had a great quarterback, but it was kind of like the mid-90s Dallas Cowboy line. I mean, they literally look like an NFL line.
300
We were outmatched. So
yeah.
They're a little smaller. They still bring a big line. Carthage has a big line. They always do. I don't know how they do it, but they do. But this year we're a little more evenly matched in that we've got a bigger line. And I like our skill kids better than theirs. They've struggled a little bit in the quarterback position. They play 2 quarterbacks, as we discussed. They got one that can throw, one that can run. And they've been kind of deciding who's the starter, who's going to be the guy. Meanwhile, we've probably arguably got the best quarterback in the state of Texas on the Buckeye side. So I like this matchup. I like it a lot better than I did last year. It's kind of a toss-up on who's going to win this game tonight. It's kind of who shows up, who don't make mistakes, and who don't turn over the ball.
That's it.
That's what it is.
You nailed it. It's going to come down in the trenches to, can they get pressure with 3 and dropping 1 in coverage? Can we get pressure in the 3-4 scheme and stop the run? And then it's going to come down to their big number 5. That's Kip Lewis. He is a Division I committed to Oklahoma middle linebacker. He is big, he is strong, he can run, and he can cover. Against our best player, number 11, Brandon Tennyson, who literally can run. He can pass. He is probably the best player, in my opinion, in the state right now.
And they're going to have to use him tonight. They're going to have to use his legs, not just his arm. Ashton Haynes is going to have a great game. He averaged 10 yards a carry, 180 yards last week.
I call Ashton the X factor tonight.
He is a big factor in tonight's game. I anticipate him having a great game against these guys. Obviously, you got Jackson in there. He's going to be playing. You're going to see him. You're going to see, Mike in there, Colbert, some in the game tonight. Going to be big factors. But what we really got to have tonight is we've got to have our wideouts. This is going to be about beating them deep. We've got to get Rowan Fluellen open across the middle. We've got to be able to hit some of those those corner routes over there with
Jay Rockwell.
Yep. Jay Rockwell. Our fullbacks, everybody's going to have to be block and give them plenty of time to set up screens and set up those post patterns. And if we can do that tonight, again, I like our athleticism. I think it's more than a good matchup for these guys, and I think we can win this football game.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a winnable game, not just now, but this is by far and away the best team. Obviously, they're number 1 until somebody beats them. They've got a 32-game winning streak coming into tonight, the longest in the state of Texas.
Wouldn't it feel great to upset that here in their home stadium?
I've been texting players and coaches all week and 1. So 32 and 1 that the Buckeyes have an opportunity, and it's opportunity versus obligation. That's this year's theme for the Buckeyes. So as the Carthage Bulldogs, the defending state champions, get ready to come on the field, the Buckeyes, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And Carthage right now is the top dog, no pun intended, and the Buckeyes have every chance tonight to pick them off. So as Carthage comes on the field, Jeff, let's go back, recognize some of our great sponsors. And then we'll get things rolling here with the national anthem and our captains, and then we'll get it kicked off for Friday Night Lights. We'll be right back after these messages.
When you're on the go and you've only got a minute, your Sefco store's got everything in it. From gas to groceries, you can find it right here. Aren't you glad there's a Sefco near? Day and night when you need the best, Sefco quality's as good as it gets. You find everything top of the line, and hometown service saving you time. Texans know when you're on the go, make it Sefco.
Smith Quality Meats, located at 604 Highway 271 South in Gilmer, just across from the junior high school, brings you the freshest cut, best quality meats anywhere. And now it is all right here in Gilmer. Just call 903-680-MEAT and let the experts at your locally family-owned Smith Family Meats set you up for your main course for any occasion. It is always prime time at Smith Quality Meats in Gilmer. Call us at 903-680-MEAT and tell Mr. Smith what you need today, so everyone at your house is happy tonight.
And we're back to Carthage, Texas, where the captains have taken the field and get ready for the coin toss. As you can see, there are 7 returning starters for the Carthage Bulldogs on defense, but only 4 on offense, Jeff. So a lot different than last year in that you're going to see Carthage the first 2 games threw the ball an awful lot. Didn't have much rushing game as their big offensive line is very young. Here's the coin toss with the special guest, and it looks like the Buckeyes have won the toss as the referee turns to them and says the Buckeyes have won the toss, and they defer to the second half. So the Buckeye Black Flag defense is going to come out. So we at least got that prediction right.
Matt likes to do that. He likes to defer.
So Coach Metzel is a deferring kind of a coach.
He has a lot of confidence in that defense.
Yeah, he does, and I like the idea, but I also hark back to 1 year ago where the Carthage Bulldogs, with this exact same scenario, took the opening drive almost 8.5 minutes and ate the total first quarter, which is something that we don't want to do. Now, obviously, Jeff, Carthage this week, and you think that Coach Surratt may know something because he's tried to hype this game up as big as possible. He's trying to make this kind of an electric type of an atmosphere and really hype the game up. It kind of shows that Coach Surratt, not only in that the first two games that he scheduled were teams that literally are a carbon copy of the Gilmer Buckeyes, just not as good. And secondly, that Coach Surratt wants this to be a big electric type atmosphere. So Jeff, we're going to have the national anthem and we will roll some commercials and be right back with the kickoff right after this.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Ladies and gentlemen, back here at Carthage, Texas, we are about to kick off, and I'm going to tell you, if you've just joined the broadcast tonight, you are about to see some of the best football in the state of Texas tonight without question. It is going to be a game, not only game of the week, it may be the game of the year right here. This is Carthage Bulldogs versus the Gilmer Buckeyes. Remember, these two met last year in the state championship, and they are back. The Buckeyes back at least for revenge. And so this is the one that everybody's talking about on the way down here this week. We are on the way down here tonight, Todd. We were listening to Pigskin Bob and Heart of the Sports Guy, and they were talking about this game quite a bit during the broadcast tonight. So everybody in East Texas is looking at this game tonight, and we'll be no different. So we're going to be right back here in just a moment for the opening kickoff.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
And back to Carthage, Texas, where we get ready for the kick. It is week 5, a week that has been circled for a long while, since December the 15th last year at AT&T Stadium, where these Carthage Bulldogs gave up the first lead all season, 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. After that, 70 unanswered points on the board by these Carthage Bulldogs, something that the Buckeyes have not forgotten as they return most of their starters on the offensive and defensive side. This is their first opportunity. Obviously, the best team that either team will play all year long. We've had the coin toss. The Buckeyes won the toss and deferred. They will kick off to Carthage towards the south end. And this Buckeye Black Flag defense will have the opportunity to start out this game and see if they can get a 3-and-out and get on the positive side of the possession. Remember, Jeff, week 5 last year, the exact same thing happened in Gilmer. The Buckeyes kicked off the Carthage, and they commenced to running almost a 16-play, 8.5-minute drive that kept the ball out of the Buckeyes' hands. So Coach Metzel, very much a defer kind of a coach. And here we go, the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash.
All right, folks, you're watching the best game in Texas tonight. Here is the opening kickoff. Going to be fielded on the 20-yard line by number 13. He's cutting down his left side. Nice return there. Opening the game for the Carthage Bulldogs. They're going to start off with excellent field position. 1st and 10 from their own 30, what are they going to mark it? Their own 37, 38-yard line. So, well, let's take it back to the 35. Thank you for the confusing spot. And let's see what Carthage has in store. We saw that powerful offense last year, ranked number 1 in the state of Texas power rankings, Todd. And so let's see if they still got what they had last year, especially as it comes to the trenches. Look at the Buckeyes right off the bat. They look like they're lining up 4 down linemen, and they're going to push 4 on Carthage right from the start. Put a little pressure on the quarterback. Drops back, looking to pass, got a man over the middle, almost picked off. Number 17, Rowan Fluellen.
Who else, Jeff? That's Connor Cuff. Now, he is the junior quarterback. He is supposedly the throwing quarterback. He is off there, and that's not anything different. But, Jeff, when Carthage gets behind the chain, 2nd and 3rd and long, look for the big tight end, number 15. That's Kadarian Bell. He's a junior. They absolutely rely on him to slip out to the flat and move the chains. He's here lined up over the left side. Let's see what Carthage does here.
All right, here's Carthage, 1 wide out left and right. Quarterback goes under center. They hand off to number 15 around the right side. Buckeyes pursuing. They're going to drop him for a loss, but we have a flag on the play. Now, that could be one of 2 things, a hold or a face mask. And hopefully it's not going to be against Buckeyes, but the way they drug him down, it may have been a penalty on the Buckeyes face mask. So we're going to have to see what happens here. Could be, instead of a loss of 3, could be a positive 15 and a first down if that's the call.
Well, you know, Jeff, that Carthage is just notorious for legally holding almost on every play. And in this case, they're going to march this off against the Buckeyes. So all the way out to midfield in a first down, as the Buckeyes had that one absolutely wrapped up, but they reached out and grabbed the hold. Those are the little things, Jeff, that in a game like this, they just make all the difference. Carthage needs no help offensively, and already in the first series, the Buckeyes give up their first 15-yard penalty, something that that Carthage much appreciates early in the first quarter to try to keep drives alive. That's really how they want to play all night.
All right, that big tight end you're talking about shifts over to the right side. Quarterback goes into the shotgun. Here's the snap. Drops back, wants to do a quick pass, and breaks 1 tackle. Dangerously gets 5 yards. Good tackle there, open field by number 17, Rowan Fluellen. Parker Gilo comes up to try to make the play, and saved by Rowan Fluellen. 5-yard gain.
Yeah, missed tackle.
Actually, 9-yard gain.
Yeah, missed tackle. That's just another opportunity that the Buckeyes just have it right in front of them. They just got to make the play. That's how Carthage operates, Jeff. They're just going to try to take what the defense gives them. And in that case, they gave them that flare pass, but Parker's got to come up and make that open field tackle. 2nd and short now.
All right, they send a man in motion to the right. Handoff up the middle. Got a big hole, but the linebackers step up. They're going to pick up the first down and about 4 yards on the carry. But, again, Buckeye linebacker stepping up into the gap, making the stop. Short game, but enough for a first down.
Yeah, this is the series now, Jeff, that matters. We're down now to 10 minutes. The Buckeyes are starting to give up a Carthage-type drive that started at their own 35-yard line. Gave them 15 in this entire series, and then giving up a couple of just little mistakes that keep Carthage ahead of the chains, which is right where they want to be. 1st and 10 from the Buckeye 35 with 10:30 left to play in this first quarter.
All right, 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. From the shotgun, here's the snap. Drops back, looking to pass. Across the middle, got a man open, spreads into down the field, and they are moving the chains in Carthage. Down inside the 10, looks like to about the 5.
That's just typical Carthage, just a 10-yard in route that they throw all the time. Literally, the Buckeyes have seen that on film for 5 straight years now. But as you mentioned, Jeff, 1st and goal now, Carthage, that we win the toss, but we give up the ball, and Carthage doing exactly what they want to do, which is a little help from the Buckeyes, march straight down the field. 1st and goal from the 5.
Quarterback goes under center. Here's the snap. Throws one to the corner, and it is caught for a touchdown, it looks like. Yes.
Yeah, that's just, they're picking on Parker Gillow. That's just an outside fade route that Parker gives up from the alignment on. And with 9:45 left, Carthage takes a face mask penalty and commences to go straight down the field for a 6-0 lead. Carthage is being Carthage. They're just taking what the Buckeyes give them.
That's
and
a tough
taking
break
advantage.
for the Buckeyes because we had them drop for a 3-yard loss. And instead of 3-yard loss, they picked up a 15-yard gain, which set up some good momentum as they kicked the extra point. And it turns into Carthage getting on the scoreboard first. 9:45 left to play in the first quarter. Carthage goes up 7-0 over Buckeyes. We'll be right back. Game is a long way from over.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
So back to Carthage here, where the Carthage Bulldogs have taken an early 7-0 lead. They go 65 yards in 6 plays, aided by a Buckeye face mask early in the drive. But Carthage taking advantage of what the Buckeyes give them. Mistake-free, go straight down the field and score as the Buckeyes now are in a hole. They won the toss and elected to defer, and they spot the Carthage Bulldogs 7 points. But as you say, Jeff, a long way to go here. Now it's up to the Buckeye offense as we get back to the kickoff.
All right, here's a kickoff. It is a deep one. It's going to be fielded on about the 5-yard line by Caden Tennyson. He comes right up the gut, takes a big shot on the 20-yard line. So the Buckeyes are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. And now let's see what Tennyson and company can do with 80 yards to pay dirt.
Well, Jeff, that's Caden Tennyson that takes that return, and he gets popped right at the 21-yard line. That's just good fundamental football from Carthage. That's what you're going to see all night. Now, 4 down linemen or 3 down linemen with 1 on the edge, and they'll try to blitz here. But more importantly, watch for number 5. Number 5 is the key to their entire defense. Of course, you got number 9 and number 7 out there on the corners. But look for the Buckeyes to attack the boundary and to try to play quickly.
All right, here's the snap. Faking the handoff. Go to the quick pass outside. Rowan Fluellen, and Rowan's going to be good for about 3 there, as Carthage does a good job of scrambling to the football quickly. And he may have picked up 4 yards on that carry.
Well, we'll take that as a 4-yard pickup on 1st down. And again, you see the Buckeyes attacking the boundary. That's something that they're going to do to get the athletes out in space, get those athletic linebackers running sideline to sideline early, and hopefully gassing them for later in the game.
All right, motion. Fakes the pass to Rowan Fluellen and sets up a screen. Looks like the ball might have hit the ground. And that is just a good job by Carthage. They've watched some film. They know that screen play and get over there and bust it up. Nobody fell for that one at all.
Yeah, you see number 5 coming from his middle linebacker standpoint. He's reading the lineman. So those are his keys, is he's letting the offensive line of the Buckeyes determine what his reaction is, and he reacts very quickly. Committed to Oklahoma, he is a legit 4.45 guy. At about 225 pounds, he's big and physical. And he's a D1 player.
Here's the snap, drops back, quick pass, just overthrown just a little bit, and there were some yards to be had there, and that brings up 4th down. So that's going to be 3 and out for Gilmer as Carthage defense says, "Hey, we've seen this before. We're here to play."
Well, you get mistakes, Jeff. Two drop passes to start the series, and those are just the mistakes that in this kind of game you cannot make. The dangerous, very dangerous number 9, Brandon King, the senior. Remember, Jeff, he had 2 interceptions for touchdowns in the state championship game the last time he faced these Buckeyes. He is back deep, and the Buckeyes need to execute on special teams here.
Okay, number 4, Cody Guidry gets a good punt off, takes a good Buckeye bounce, rolling all the way down to the 31-yard line. So nice punt there by Cody Guidry to flip the field and put Carthage back on their heels a little bit. 1st and 10 from the 31.
So, Jeff, now the black flag comes back on the field. They had them bottled up, and they want to get Carthage behind the chains. They get very uncomfortable when they're at 2nd and 3rd down and long. They want to stay at 2nd and 3rd and short. You saw it on the last drive. We gave them a 15-yard penalty to bail them out of the very first series, and after that, they had 2nd and 1 the rest of the time. Let's see if we can do a little bit better job here.
Got a 4-man rush coming from the Buckeyes. Quarterback's in the shotgun. He's got trip receivers to the right with a man in motion. They're going to hand off up the middle, and boy, it was a wide open hole, and it's off to the races. He crosses midfield all the way across the 40 to the 36, and that was just perfectly set up. And a big hole to run through.
Yeah, you saw Matt Burton follow the motion guy. He is the defensive end, and he crashes down chasing the quarterback, and they run right where he left from, and there was a gaping hole there. Now they're playing very quickly.
There's the snap. Quick pass outside. Going to be good for short yardage, maybe a couple. I'm going to bring up 2nd and 8. Buckeyes do a good job of swarming to the football.
Yeah, that time the Buckeyes have seen that on film very often. A little pitch out straight to number 2 very quickly to try to get him. It's really a wide sweep play, but Ro Fluellen from his safety position reacted very well. Now we got 2nd and long, but not much field to play with. With 8 minutes left, Carthage already leading 7-0 and back into Buckeye territory. 2nd and 8.
Remember, this Carthage Bulldog team is coached by somebody with 7 rings on his finger. 8 rings on his finger. I don't like to think about the last one he got. One back in the backfield from the shotgun. They're trying to draw the Buckeyes off. Nearly did. Rolls to his right, dumps it out to 15, and he gets the first down, but knocked out of bounds.
Just like I said, Jeff, number 15 is their go-to guy. He will block and then release into the flat, and he is the safety valve for number 10, Cuff. The quarterback, he is not real comfortable or the most athletic when he gets outside and runs. So he's always got his safety security blanket, number 15, close by. You saw him just pitch it down and him turn that upfield for about a 9-yard gain. Once again, Carthage executing very well, and the Buckeyes trying to hold on right now with momentum in the Carthage Bulldog favor driving.
All right, number 15 is in the backfield now. Handoff, and they clip his legs right off the bat. Number 15, 6 Borda on the stop for the Buckeyes. Limits him to about a yard.
Yeah, Jeff, in the first 2 games, Carthage really has not been able to run the ball very effectively. You saw a big gash there for a 35-yard run. That's the longest run that Carthage has had all season that you just saw got clipped off by the running back. But really, Carthage offensively is trying to execute. The short passes, they go to their bread and butter passes. And it's up to the Buckeyes to react and try to come up with a turnover here.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back. Drops back in the pocket, looking to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to have to run for it. Nope, throws it, and overthrown. That's going to fall incomplete, bring up 3rd and 9. Good job there by the defense.
Yeah, there's another opportunity, Jeff, that you saw. Matthew Burton, number 44, has number 10 in his grasp, and then all of a sudden he's not there. That could be the 3rd down and about 18 right now that we're looking at. Instead, it's 3rd and 9, and this is where Carthage gets uncomfortable. Now, watch out to the wide side, number 1, against the corner out here to the wide side, running that 10-yard little in route. It's really kind of an elongated slant route or a skinny post, as they call it, and that's been their go-to. Let's see if they go right back to
I think they're going to try to dump it here to number 13. Watch number 13 on an out route here. Quarterback's in the shotgun. They're going to set up with split backfield. Buckeyes blitzing, and it works. Look at this. Matthew Burton drops them for a loss. Brings up 4th down. What a great call there by the defensive coordinator, Tommy Edwards. Call the blitz at just the right time.
Yeah, huge play there, and the Buckeyes now have Carthage in no man's land. So it's 4th down and about 17. They are out of field goal range, but they're not going to punt. Either they quick kick it right here or they go for it. Carthage has gone for it. Now
they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they're going to keep the offense on the field here. 6 minutes left and a absolute key possession as the Buckeyes have a chance to get a stop here. And quite frankly, this is the play of the game so far. Again, watch 15. He is the security blanket. Watch number 10 roll into the right-hand side and trying to flood the zone.
4th and about 16 or 17. Trip receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Watch number 13, bottom of your screen. Low snap. It's going to throw off the timing. Got pressure. We've got a holding going on like crazy. Ball's up in the air, and it hits the turf, and they do not convert. And that was no call on the hold, but it was pretty clear to me, and I usually don't say that. But looked like that was pretty,
Jeff, we are in Carthage.
Yeah.
And Carthage holds. So get ready to be safe.
Well, everybody holds.
Yeah.
Everybody holds.
Well, the thing
they do a really good job of not getting caught at it.
They hold legally, which means they don't extend their hands and they grab the shoulder pads with their elbows extended and keep their hands on the inside. So referees are taught to look for extended hands, but that is a huge play by the Buckeye defense to stop Carthage. 5:45 left to play here in this first quarter, down 7-0. It's up to this offense to get things rolling.
Well, that's a big stop. That's a big stop by the defense. I'm really proud of these guys. Great job, Buckeyes. Man in motion. It's Cody Guidry. They fake the handoff. Under pressure, and he's going to get sacked. Tennyson's going to go down as they got through the line, put a little pressure on him, and Tennyson had no chance in that one.
Yeah, now the Buckeyes put themselves behind the chains. It goes from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 17 now. And that's just pressure coming from both sides. Now, we said at the top of the show, Jeff, if Carthage can get pressure with 3 guys, the Buckeyes have problems. And in that case, they collapse the pocket, and Brandon's got to make sure that the offense is clicking on all cylinders in terms of tempo.
Okay, Brandon Tennyson on the run and gets out in the open field. We said that in pregame tonight. They're going to have to use Brandon's legs tonight, more so maybe than we have in the past. And we haven't seen Haynes yet carry the ball. And I think they feel like they're keying off of Haynes after the game he had last week, so they're trying to do everything but that yet.
Haynes and Rowe, those are the 2 people they're going to try to stop. That leaves BT open with his feet as he picked up half the distance needed, brings up 3rd down and a manageable 7, but imperative that the Buckeyes pick this up here.
2 receivers, wide left, 1 right, wide right. Haynes in the backfield deep. Man in motion, it's Rockwell. Here comes the snap. Drops back, got time, fires one to Rockwell, and it's going to fall incomplete. I thought he had it. That would have been a 1st down. He just couldn't hold on to it after he was hit, and that's going to bring up 4th and 6 for the Buckeyes, and they're going to have to punt.
That hits them right in the hands. Once again, it's just about execution. As you see, so far early tonight, Carthage executing and the Buckeyes not executing and missing opportunities. That was a missed opportunity for a 1st down there. As that was a strike, hits him right in the number 9, and Jay is falling down, and that forces the Buckeyes to try to flip the field once again. 4:21 left to play. The Buckeyes 0 for 2 with their first 2 offensive series. Carthage 1 for 2, but this is very much a Carthage-type pace to this game, Jeff.
All right, here we go. Cody Guidry, clean snap. Cody gets off a punt to the right side. It's going to go out of bounds around the 37-yard line. And so Carthage, they've had good field position on all 3 of their drives. They're starting now at the 37. The Buckeye defense stepped up in a big way last series. Let's see if they can do it again. It takes a little time in that first quarter or 2 for the defense to kind of figure out blocking schemes and how to get around the guy in front of them. So I look for the Buckeyes to settle in, get comfortable here, and hopefully start shutting this powerful Carthage offense down. They're on the board first, but after the last series, I've got a lot of faith in this defense. They've done well all year. Quarterback goes under center, handoff up the middle, tripped up, and he's going to fall forward for a gain of maybe 2.
Well, that's what Carthage wants to do, Jeff. Take a minute off the clock with each play. Only 48 minutes total, and that leaves the Buckeyes with very little time in between. But they've got to stay on course and on schedule with the chains. So 2nd down and 7 is right at the borderline of where they want to be. It's imperative that the Buckeyes make a big play here to get a 3 and out.
2 receivers to the right. Quarterback is under center. He pitches to the right side. Number 21 bounces outside. What a great job Carthage does of setting up the block. And they're going to pick up about 10 or 12 yards and a 1st down on that one as they get across midfield into Buckeye territory.
And Jeff, that's where the linebackers get hung up trying to scrape. But again, the issue there is called penetration. And you see the entire offensive line moving the line of scrimmage about 3 yards forward, and that back bounces out. He's already 7 yards down the field before literally anybody touches him.
That's just a perfect setup.
That's winning the battle in the trenches.
Yeah, outside, and they did a good job of setting that up. 1 wide out to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback is under center with 2 backs. Here's the snap, drops back, looking to pass. It's a fly route down the right side, And great defense there by the Buckeyes. What a great job. I can't tell who that is over there. I think that may be Will Blakely. Is that number 6?
Number 6. That's about as good a coverage as you can get.
Yeah, he was stride for stride. Just a perfect coverage. And turns at just the right time, bats the ball away. That is just really good defense right there.
Yeah, and that's what Carthage is going to try to test. But now it puts them behind the chains. So 2nd down and 10 from the 50. Look for this quick pass out here to number 2 if the Buckeyes, or excuse me, number 1, if the Buckeyes give them, you see that cushion there in the slot that they have. Here comes Amaro that comes over to cover this. It's an opportunity for the Buckeyes.
4-man rush, 2 backs. They're going to run number 21 around the right side. He's looking for room, nothing there. He makes a couple, and that is going to be maybe a 2-yard gain there. And that's going to bring up.
This is going to be 3rd down now.
Should be, yeah, 3rd down and 8. So Buckeyes in a similar position that they had them earlier. Hopefully they can get a big stop here. We need Burton to get another stop for a loss here.
Yeah, you can't let them be able to stay on schedule and move the chains once you got them behind the chains. Jeff, take a look at the scoreboard. It's 7-0 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter, and you start to feel that the Buckeyes got to have the ball to score. That means you got to get a stop right here.
All right, Buckeyes looking like they're going to send a 3-man rush this time. They know this is a pass, so they are going to err to the side of caution and try to get some traffic out there. Quarterback keeper, what a good call by Carthage. They saw the 3-man rush. They knew they had a gap. They knew that we were anticipating pass, and that is just good coaching by Scott Surratt. Great call.
It's just execution, Jeff. It just comes down to execution. When you can move the chains on 3rd and 8, you can keep drives alive, and that is what absolutely kills the Buckeyes because they got to have their snaps. They got to have possession. You come out and you defer in the first quarter, and this is what you get, Jeff. Now you got to figure out how to get a stop.
3 receivers, wide to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Handoff, number 15 up the middle, got room to run, keeps his legs churning. And look at this, hard to bring down as he gets all the way down to the 25-yard line and moves the chains once again. And the Buckeyes need a big stand here. I think they've got the juice to do it.
Yeah, Jeff, a lot of snaps that the defense has been asked to play so far here in the first quarter. Be interested to see with 152 what the
quick pass, number 2, out here, great open field tackle by number 13 for the Buckeyes. What a great job there.
Yeah, that's Tyson Wilson, the junior corner. That, Jeff, is a one-on-one tackle. Just getting the ball out wide to number 2. That's like a sweep play. That's exactly what Carthage likes to do. But you can't defend it any better than what Mr. Wilson did just then. Brings up 2nd down and 8, but Carthage knocking on the door of the red zone again.
All right, Carthage lining up with 2 backs in the backfield and a man in the slot. 1 wide out, wide to the right. Quarterback's in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Number 21 spins to his right. A lot of Buckeyes there, but he finds a little bit of a gap, picks up yardage. Crosses the 20, going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Huge down right here, Jeff. Absolutely huge down. Probably 2-down territory with now under a minute to play in the first quarter. But this is one of those opportunities, once again, Jeff, that the Buckeye defense has to come up with a negative play. They're going to let this go all the way down. 29 seconds on the play clock, 45 seconds left on the game clock. And we'll see if Carthage doesn't take a timeout here, which they will. And we'll take a quick timeout and come right back after these messages.
Extra, extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Back to the action here in Carthage, where the Buckeyes have a huge 3rd down play with the ball right inside the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Carthage has 6 first downs and has run 18 offensive plays so far, Jeff. The Buckeyes have no first downs and have run 6 offensive plays. And that is really playing in Carthage's favor. Up 7-0 right now over
and
the Buckeyes.
eerily familiar for the last
Very
year's game.
much so.
That's the strategy. One receiver wide right, one wide left. Couple of backs in the backfield, quarterbacks in under center. Takes the snap, handoff, up the middle, runs into a pile of Buckeyes. They're going to drop him.
That's exactly what the Buckeyes needed on that play. As they now, we've got a helmet off of one of the offensive linemen, and they're going to restart the play clock here with 30 seconds. It's going to bring up 4th and 5. And Jeff, watch them go right back to this quarterback keeper here that picked up 9 yards on the last play. They are going to have to run another play in the first quarter here, Jeff. 4th down and 5 from the 20. They lose a yard. This is the opportunity for the Buckeyes to bow their neck right now. Not exactly the start the Buckeyes wanted to have, but if they can stop them here and get the ball back, they're right in this game.
All right, quarterback's going to go in the shotgun. It is 4th and 5. Loaded to the left side. They're going to throw to the right. Knocked down by the Buckeyes. And another great defensive stand by the Buckeyes. That was, I believe, number 30 out there for the Buckeyes.
That is huge.
That's huge. Clark knocks that ball down.
Yeah, Joe Clark jumps into that seam route. That's bread and butter for Carthage. They're going to run that slant route to the backside. He comes from his outside linebacker position and gives the ball back to the Buckeyes down 7-0. But, Jeff, that is in 2 out of 3 drives now. The Buckeyes have managed to stop Carthage on 4th down. Now you just got to get it rolling offensively.
5.8 seconds left in the first quarter. So we're going to flip the field here in just a moment. Buckeyes have one back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off. Around the left side, I believe that's Tennyson with the ball, and he's going to pick up about 4 good yards as the clock ticks down to 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, be right back for the start of the second quarter.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
Love it. Back to Carthage as Gilmer Buckeyes take on the Carthage Bulldogs. It is 7-0 in the favor of Carthage, but there is a lot of game left to play. Buckeyes have made 2 great defensive stands in the first quarter, but the big news in the first quarter is we only got to run 7 offensive plays. Carthage did what they did last year when they came to Gilmer. They kept the ball. It was keep away. They kept the ball from the Buckeyes. They successfully did it again in the first quarter. But only 7 points on the board, and I feel good about that. That was all set up on a 15-yard accidental face mask. So let's see what this offensive unit now can do. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle. It's Haynes. Lowers his head. Takes a couple of shots, but picks up 2 yards on the carry. Going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Very manageable, Jeff, as the Buckeyes run the ball effectively with Haynes. That is actually number 21 in for the Buckeyes now. That's LaDaylon Jackson.
That's Jackson.
Maybe one of the fastest men on the field. And remember,
the
Buckeyes are going to try to attack the boundaries here. Let's see if BT doesn't maybe pick this one up on his own with his feet. 2
receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Hand off to Jackson again. Looking for a hole, keeping his legs driving, and he's not going to get there. He's just going to be short a yard. And so here the Buckeyes looking at 4th down once again. This is the 3rd time that they've looked at 4th down scenario. They've got 4th and 1. The ball's on the 29-yard line, and they wisely bring in Cody Guidry, as you just don't want to give Carthage the ball back just in case.
Yeah, 20 plays run through the first quarter, Jeff. 10 passes and 10 runs, 7 first downs for Carthage as they are getting the Buckeyes off the field.
Good clean snap. Cody Guidry gets off a good kick. They set that punt up really well. Well done, Cody, as that ball rolls down all the way down to the 26-yard line. So they flip the field, and unfortunately, offensive unit still trying to get their legs under them, figure out what the defense is showing them. I fully believe 100% that they will get in a rhythm in a few moments, and you know how fast the Buckeyes can put up points. When they get the defense figured out, they can put up points like nobody's business. So, keep in mind these guys are setting them up for some things too. They want them to start committing for certain looks, and then they're going to pull out the kitchen sink and dump it over their head. So this is two of the best coaching staffs in the state of Texas. And that's why they're ranked. These two teams are ranked number 1 and number 2.
Right now, Jeff, Buckeyes are still on serve, and what I mean by that is they're down 7-0 because they gave up possession in deferring of the opening kick, and Carthage has a 7-0 lead. But now the pressure's on the Black Flag defense to get Carthage off the field with a 3-and-out and get the ball back to the offense.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback drops back, looking to pass over the middle, got a man open, and they're going to drag him down, but that is about a 14, 15-yard gain. Well-executed pass, first down, Carthage.
Yeah, so 20 plays to 7 is the name of the game right now. Possession, Jeff. As Carthage maintains possession and keeps moving the chains, and the Buckeyes trying to stop them and get the ball back to the offense so they can move the chains. That bread and butter Carthage play, that 10-yard slant route on that last play, moves the chains again. 1st and 10 Carthage from their own 42.
All right, trip receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Man in motion. Quarterback keeper up the middle. And the Buckeyes hit him. He gets about 5, maybe 6 yards on that carry.
Yeah, the Buckeyes brought a linebacker when they emptied the backfield to the strong side of the field. And the Buckeyes got penetration, but once again, the quarterback he's strong. He runs right through that tackle and picks up literally 6 yards on that first down scamper. That's a broken play. That's success by the Buckeyes getting into the backfield and disrupting that play, but he still gets a very positive play out of that and just keeps the Carthage Bulldogs on schedule. You know, I don't know what the second quarterback in number 3 looks like, but certainly number 10 is playing Carthage top football.
Twin receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Number 13 goes in motion inside. Watch for him crossing the middle. And they're launching a long one down the field. They're going for broke, and it is going to fall incomplete, and that's going to be a penalty called on number 12 for the Buckeyes. That is Cade Bowman, and Cade lost his position on the field, had to grab him. And that'd be wonderful if they're calling it on Carthage, but it looked like they tangled up, and we'll wait for the call.
Yeah, that's not on
They went for broke on that one. They launched that one, and that's going to be marked off against the Buckeyes. That's 15 yards. Cade kind of lost his position, but, you know, we said this a couple of games ago. If you find yourself in that position, the best thing to do is tackle the guy. Take the 15 yards, but if you're lost and don't know where the ball is, grab him, do something. I think that was a good heads-up play there by Cade Bowman.
Yeah, he had position, but he went to fall down, and the receiver, he had inside position, and he went for the interception, basically. And the receiver didn't fall down, and Cade did, so he had no choice but to grab him.
All right, 2 receivers wide to the left. Tight package for Carthage now. Handoff up the middle. Bounces out to the outside. Breaks 1 tackle. And finally brought down hard. Helmet's flying down there as Jackson loses his helmet. Big pickup there. That was just a good hard run there by the Carthage back, picking up about 7 yards.
And Jeff, Carthage is never really going to go down with the first contact. They're so well coached. They practice against tackling drills. They practice against pretty much the best defense in the state of Texas every single day in terms of speed and running through tackles. And you saw the fullback there break 3 tackles before he's tackled 7 yards down the field. And that's just positive plays on a first down. That's staying on schedule and staying with the chains. That's exactly what Carthage wants to do.
Quarterback's under center. Number 2 goes in motion. Fakes the handoff. Looking to pass. Going for the end zone. And that is just overthrown. And I thought we were set up for a possible interception, but it was lucky for Carthage that one was overthrown because Buckeyes were in great position to pick that one off.
Yeah, we had position that was well defended, and that winds up going.
That was Watson down there.
Yeah,
and he was in the perfect spot.
That winds up going over the head of the receiver. He tries to cut back in and high point the ball. He's got about a foot on Watson. That's number 13 for Carthage. That's Montrell Hatton. So this brings up 3rd down and short and another opportunity for the Buckeye defense.
Yeah, look for him to try to go to him again. They're going to pitch to the right side, and they're going to pick up enough for the first down on that one. And that's just a power play, man. That's something like we used to see from Liberty Hill or some of these big ones. They just line up and say, try to stop us. That's old 1980s football. Just line up and run the football down your throat. and they're able to convert it. It's on the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for Carthage. They do it again, line up in the same position, and he just bounces outside. Flag on the play. That's going to be a hold, surely.
Finally.
Surely that's a hold.
Yeah, finally we're going to get a holding call that's going to back Carthage up.
And historical fact, that's the first holding call in Carthage's history.
Yeah. That's one that's so obvious that a tackle is made, but we've got a Buckeye down here on this side, on the sideline. I'm not sure exactly who that is, but he is he's being attended to by the Buckeye staff all the way over here.
I can't tell who that is. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go, or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions, or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
So back to the action here, Jeff. A minor miracle with a holding call against the Bulldogs, which brings them back 10 yards, sets up 1st and 20 now from the Buckeye 34-yard line. And once again, a huge opportunity as Mr. Wilson, number 13 for the Buckeyes, was shaken up on that play and is helped off the field. But this is, once again, Jeff, the black flag with 8:08, half the second quarter now gone. The Buckeye offense has only run 7 plays here in this first quarter to start. Buckeyes got to figure out how to way to get off the field with a new quarterback.
1st and 20. Quarterback, new quarterback, scampers to the right side. This is their running quarterback, and he's going to pick up maybe 2 yards. Buckeyes do a wonderful job of swarming to the football, and that's going to bring up about 2nd and maybe 17 for Carthage.
Yeah, fantastic job on just a sweep play with the quarterback. They're going to give him 3 yards and bring up 2nd and 17, as you say, Jeff. There's a fine line between blocking and tackling, and we're seeing it right in front of us here in the booth. This couldn't be more right up front and center from where we're sitting. But it's 2nd and long as the clock continues to tick. But once again, the quarterback is number 3, Javarian Ragramore. He is the senior, and both quarterbacks have played, but he is the running quarterback.
2 receivers right, 1 left, 1 back. Wildcat quarterback in. He's dangerous with his legs. Drops back, gonna pass. Throws an out route. The receiver falls, and the pass was uncatchable anyway. That's going to fall incomplete and bring up 3rd and 17. Buckeyes holding.
This is
They're
where
doing great.
This is where you want to keep Carthage. Now, Carthage looks at this, Jeff, and says, hey, this is 2-down territory. I don't think they're going to try to kick a field goal from here, so it's imperative that the Buckeyes have a negative play and hold them to 4th and more than 10. And once again, for the last 2 possessions, the Buckeyes have given up long drives, but bowed their necks deep in their own territory, and the black flag has gotten them off the field on 4th down. The bad news, Jeff, is that it's eaten a quarter and a half in doing that, and the offense has only run 7 plays. Very much a Carthage-paced game so far. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and forever against Carthage.
All right, 3rd and 17. Buckeyes coming hard.
Snap!
Bad snap. Quarterback picks it up. He's trying to throw it, and he ends up throwing it away, and that was a wise play there by number 3 to just pick it up and run it. He was in trouble. That would have been about a 25-yard loss had they caught up to him, but he wisely throws it away and brings up 4th and 17. This is the 3rd stance that the Buckeyes have had. They've only given up 7 points on the very first drive, and although Carthage has eaten the clock and had all the playing time, what a testament that is to the defense. They've been on the field all but 7 plays.
Exactly.
And they are stopping the Carthage Bulldogs, the best team in the state of Texas. I think this is an outstanding performance by the Buckeye defense. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and they're waving. They're going to call a timeout. They didn't like what they saw down there. They had to call a timeout. We're going to take a timeout too because the Buckeyes are playing great.
Rowdy Creek Ranch, located on Highway 300 between Gilmer and Longview, is your destination for a world-class escape. With everything from dinner and wine tastings to weekend retreats in our unique and luxurious glamping park, Rowdy Creek is a little piece of heaven right in our own backyard. Corporate events, reunion gatherings, weekend getaways, and even dinner with live music are all on offer at Rowdy Creek Ranch.
Back to action here in Carthage, Texas. Carthage leads 7-0 with 6:53 left in the second. The big story here is we've only ran 7 offensive plays tonight. And so the bigger story is that the Buckeyes have been on the field, the defense have been on the field the entire game. Pretty much the entire game. And the story is they've held what's supposed to be the best team in the state of Texas by the most winning coach in the state of Texas. They have held them to 7 points in this first half. Well, Jeff, so I think that's huge.
It's 4th down and 14 or 15 now, maybe even 16. Let's see which quarterback comes on the field. Once again, it is number 3, Javarian Rogramore again, that's coming back on the field, 4th down. And once again, 3rd series in a row, the Buckeyes have a chance to get off the field on 4th down. Still plenty of time left for the Buckeye offense to get things rolling in this first half, but you got to get a stop here.
Buckeyes have 4 in the secondary, 4-man deep. And they're going to try. They're not going to give up that quarterback scamper again. They're launching one for the end zone. It is a Hail Mary and uncatchable. Buckeyes make another defensive stand. That's
3
the 4th.
in a row, Jeff.
I think that's the 4th. Is it?
Third in a row. That's the 3rd in a row. That was the 4th possession for Carthage. They scored on the first possession, given up by 2 15-yard penalties by the Buckeyes. But other than that,
I like the way I tell the story better.
7-0, and the Buckeyes still
Facts are not
serve.
important. This is television.
Here's the facts. The facts are that the Buckeyes are down only 7-0, and the offense has finally got the ball back. Now with 6:45 left to play in this first half.
Play number 8 for the Buckeyes.
Play number 8.
2 receivers, wide left, 1 wide to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Number 11, Brandon Tennyson. In at quarterback. Here's the snap. Rolls to his outside under heavy pressure. Tucks the ball. He's going to dive for a couple.
That's success for Brandon Tennyson, taking a negative play and making something positive out of it with his feet. That's just a 2-yard gain. But now the Buckeyes, against this number 1 defense in the state of Texas, have got to play mistake-free offensively to get on schedule and keep the chains moving. Remember, 2 series in a row, Jeff, they've run 3 plays and been forced to punt in their own end. That's exactly what Carthage wants to try to force here. A positive play, even 2 yards, is something for the Buckeyes.
All right, Haynes, we need his legs right here. They're going to hand it off to Haynes. They're going to fake it to Haynes. They're going to let Tennyson take it around the left side. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the carry. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And now, Jeff, it gets interesting.
3rd and 3.
As 3rd down and 3, exactly where the Buckeyes were before, they pick up 2.5. In their own territory. Right now, it's imperative that they pick up the first down. But if they don't, Jeff, is Coach Metzel going to be put in a position to try to go for it here? I doubt it.
I doubt that.
But we've got to find a way to keep the offense on the field.
All right, we've got to convert this. Trip receivers to the right side, man in motion. It's Rowan Flewellen to the left side. Looking to throw it to Rowan, and it's incomplete. That was great coverage by the defense there, number 7, but that ball was just thrown a little too far outside. Brings up 4th and 3 with 5:25 left to play in the first half. Carthage leads 7-0. What do? You bring in Cody Guidry, you punt it. That is the wise thing
Jeff,
to do.
We are now at 27-9 is our offensive plays. 11 plays. 28 plays against 11 plays. Carthage is getting 4 cracks at it and moving the chains, and our offense is going 3 and out, and it's still 7-0.
All right, perfect snap. Cody Guidry rolls to his right and gets off a great punt. And that's going to be a fair catch on the 15-yard line. Man, I was hoping, or 25-yard line, I was really hoping he'd drop that because he was kind of rolling as he was reeling it in.
So, Jeff, let's recap here what's gone on. Buckeyes win the toss, elect to defer. First play, the Buckeyes have Carthage trapped in the backfield, commit a face mask penalty, and away go the chains as the Carthage Bulldogs just start a methodical march, staying on schedule, moving the chains. Buckeyes playing great defense, give up a touchdown on the first drive. Since then, 3 fourth downs in a row in their own territory. But Jeff, the story of the game is, as you said, the Buckeye offense has remained on the sideline as Carthage has had almost 3 times as many offensive plays here in the first half. And the Buckeye defense, who's been on the field all night long, going to have to answer the call again to stay on serve.
All right, they bring back their original quarterback, number 13's back in the game, handoff up the middle. Buckeyes are there, and they're going to stop him he gets maybe half a yard. Good defensive play there by the Buckeyes, reading the run.
2nd and 9, Jeff. That's exactly what we talked about. Carthage getting behind the chains, this time in their own territory, but only 5 minutes left. 40-second play clock, remember. Carthage is very, very happy to keep Brandon Tennyson and the Buckeye offense over there with just 10 plays in the first half. They want to eat all the clock they can. 7-0. This is very much a game, and the Buckeyes are still on serve. Thank you, Black Flag defense. But the pressure's on them once again to execute and try to keep them behind the chains and get off the field here on 3rd down instead of going
Let's look
forward.
for a Buckeye turnover here. We know they're going to pull up and throw. Rolls back, rolling to his right, looking to pass over his shoulder, and he finds a receiver, just puts it right on the money and moves the chains on 2nd and 9. Great throw, great catch, great job there by the Buckeyes covering, but boy, he puts it right where it had to be.
Well, that's a crossing route by number 2. Once again, that's just a bread and butter play by Carthage. So far, we have not seen Carthage run one single play that we hadn't seen them run for 5 years. They just come out and execute, and the Buckeye defense, once again, not breaking, but having to bend, and it's eating the clock. The Carthage Bulldogs move the chains once again, 1st and down from their own 39.
2 receivers wide left, 1 to the right. Quarterback's in the shotgun, drops back. Looking to pass. And it hit the turf. That was number 13. He was open, and as he was in front of Will Blakely down there, but luckily that hits the turf first, brings up 2nd and 10 from the 39.
And Jeff, 2 things happen on that play. 1, it's an incomplete pass that stops the clock with only 3:52 remaining in this half, and secondly, puts them behind the chains and forces them to throw again. Look for Carthage to run on this play, and look for the Buckeyes to maybe start using some of their timeouts, because we've got to get the ball and hopefully stay on serve and score to maybe go into this halftime at 7-7. At the very least, the Buckeyes want to hold them to 7-0 going into half.
2 receivers left, 1 right, 1 back in the backfield from the shotgun. Handoff around the left side. They've had a lot of success over here with that. He breaks a tackle and picks up a few yards on the carry. It looked like that was number 30 on the stop for the Buckeyes there. There's Clark once again, the senior. And they're going to move the chains dangerously close to that 1st down marker. They're about 3rd and a long 2.
Yeah, number 71 comes out and pulls and literally kind of puts a tackle on number 56 Borda where he can't get turned around. I know that's a hold in the NFL. It's not in Carthage, and that's not a complaint. That's just how Carthage plays, Jeff. They've done it for 5 straight years as we've seen them. And this is the type of play that's held the Buckeyes to only 15 points a game in the last 5 times they've played them.
Tight package, quarterback's under center. Man in motion. Buckeyes are coming. Quarterback keeper up the middle. That's number 10. Once again for Carthage, and he picks up the 1st down as he goes quarterback keeper right over the top of the center. Yeah, so that's 2 in a row that they've used him for a 1st down.
He calls that himself, Jeff. He's looking at the safety and reading the linebacker, and if he's got it, he's got the green light to go pick up positive yards anytime on 3rd down and 2. Once again, Carthage moves the chains. The Buckeye defense stays on the field.
All right, tie package once again. 1 receiver left and right. And Carthage wanting to call an audible here. They're looking up and saying, what do you want us to do, Coach? What do we need to do here? Play clock rolling down to 6 seconds. They got to hurry up and execute. 4-man rush from the Buckeyes. Fakes the handoff. Throws deep down the sideline. Got good coverage. Almost picked off. Unbelievable. Number 22, Watson, who has a pick on the season, is just kicking himself for dropping that one. Their receiver just fell down. And Watson should have had it, and most days he's going to reel that one in.
You go back to the previous play, Jeff, where the Buckeye defense gets called for a penalty there, and this time it's the Carthage receiver that falls down, just goes right through the hands of Watson out there on the corner. He had it played perfectly. You can't play coverage any better than that. But, man, he just, if you can come up with that pick and stay on your feet, that guy's still laying on the ground, and you got 80 yards of green grass in front of you. little things in a big game mean a lot, and on that one, the Buckeyes fortunate that it's just an incomplete pass.
All right, another top package for Carthage. Under center, pulls up, got a man open. Number 13, good job there keeping the tackle. He does move the chains with a first down, but Watson gets over there and does a good job of hanging on to him and pulling him down.
Yeah, he's in man-to-man, so he's on an island by himself. And as soon as number 10 sees that, the Buckeyes are bringing pressure now and blitzing. But once again, Carthage just throws it out and says, hey, my athlete's better than your athlete. And he makes a play, moves the chains now into Buckeye territory at the Buckeye 33. It's 1st and 10 with 2:24 left to play in the first half. Buckeyes down 7-0. Got to keep them this way, Jeff, in order to stay on serve.
1st and 10. Carthage, quarterback's under center. Handoff up the middle. Bounces out to the left side. Staying on his feet, driving his feet. Great job there by the back to pick up. Should have been dropped at probably for a yard. He picks up an extra 2. So 4-yard gain there on the play, 2nd and 6 for Carthage inside the Gilmer 30.
That's Esmond Williams, the junior running back for Carthage. As you said, Jeff, just keeps his legs turning, and the Buckeyes got to hang on for dear life, but take a negative play, which may be even a 1 or 2 yard loss, and turn that into a 4-yard gain inside the 30 now at the 29. 35 seconds left on the play clock, 1:36 on the game clock, Jeff, and you get the feeling that Carthage just doesn't want to give this ball back to Buckeyes.
2 receivers split wide to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Quarterback's now in the shotgun. 2nd and 6. Dropping back, looking to pass. Got a man open. Number 13 breaks a tackle. Inside, down to the 10, 11-yard line. And I think they're going to say he stepped out on the 12. That's another first down. Just a great job there by Carthage executing.
Yeah, that's just your athlete and my athlete out here one-on-one. Throw the ball up because that's really all they're doing. And Carthage moves the chain, gets into field goal range now. And I think you can kiss goodbye the Buckeyes' opportunity to get the ball back in the first half now. They're too well coached, Jeff, with all their timeouts remaining, with 1 timeout remaining. Carthage can still stop the clock. They're in the huddle and willing to play slow as that out of bounds is going to stop the game clock at 1:13. But 15 seconds on the play clock, and Carthage now at the Buckeye 12, and now it's up to the black flag again to bow their neck and stop them from getting points.
2 receivers wide to the left. Little pitch inside, and they're going to get in the end zone again, Carthage. That should have been an illegal procedure call as Montrell, number 13, out there was moving around when the ball was snapped. Unfortunately, refs didn't see it.
Unfortunately, we're in Carthage, Jeff.
Yeah, and Montrell, if you'll remember, Todd, he's a potential Division I athlete. He came out of Spring Hill several years ago over here to Carthage, and I remember playing against him in Little League football. He was a foot taller than everybody else and just ran over the kids, and he is a good athlete. One to watch, and that is a wild kick. It makes it through the upright somehow or another. That is lucky for the Bulldogs. So 1:05 left to play in the second quarter. Gilmer 0, Bulldogs 14. The good news is the Buckeye defense has made a great stand here in this first half. We just got to get a little momentum on the offensive side of the ball, and we're going to get them. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. For all of your oil change and automotive service and maintenance needs, drop by Pit Stop Oil and Lube in Gilmer and take care of it with the fast, friendly, and full quality service. Pit Stop Oil and Lube is your hometown car care professional and can take care of anything your car needs to keep your vehicle running great and to keep you safe and satisfied. Conveniently located on Highway 271 North in Gilmer, if you need an oil change or inspection, make a pit stop at Pit Stop Oil and Lube.
So back to the action here as Carthage scores with 1:05 left to play in the first half to bring the score to 14-0, but the name of the game is possession of the ball as Carthage just executes, finds a way to move the chains. They've run 33 offensive plays in the first half to the Buckeyes' 12 offensive plays. And all 12 of those have basically been 3 and outs as the Buckeyes offensively are going to have a shot here with all 3 timeouts left to matriculate the ball down the field and to try to score. Now, the Buckeye offense normally doesn't need much time to do that, But down 14-0 now, and officially, Jeff, off services, the Buckeyes are going to get the ball to start the second half. They've just been thoroughly whipped in terms of time of possession, and it's hard to score when you don't have the ball, and Coach Surratt knows that.
All right, here's the kickoff by Carthage. Once again, going to kick it deep, fielded on the 6-yard line. Caden Tennyson fumbles a little bit, cuts back to the inside, and he is going to get drugged down inside the 10 and kind of pin the Buckeyes back. I think they're going to maybe give him a favorable spot, his forward progress. They're going to probably give it to him about the 11-yard line. And so Buckeyes are going to take over 1st and 10 from the 11. Good job there by the kicking team for Carthage, getting down and getting the coverage. Nice deep kick and well covered. So let's see if the Buckeyes offense can get the same momentum that our defense has had tonight.
8 DBs, Jeff, for Carthage.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Here's the snap. Tennyson drops back, wants to pass, running for his life, under pressure. Dodges one would-be tackler, dodges a second. Up the field he goes and out of bounds. They're going to spot it at the 13, the 20, the 18-yard line. And so that is good yards on a broken play there. That's 2nd and 3.
All BT's feet on that one. As he takes a whole lot of nothing with 8 defensive backs. They're covering everything. They're covering the tuba section, Jeff. As Brandon's got to throw the ball with 45 seconds left, takes what they give him with his feet, but manages to get out of bounds.
Yeah, they got some great secondary talent back there on Carthage, doing a good job of covering. BT rolls to his right, sees a man open, and he's got a first down. At the 30-yard line, that's number 17, Rowan Fluellen, who put up 2 scores against this team right off the beginning of the state championship game. And Buckeyes are going to take their first time out with 37 seconds left on the clock.
Well, shows you, Jeff, how Coach Metzel understands how huge it would be to score a touchdown here in the last 37.9 seconds in this first half, knowing that they're going to get the ball to start the second half. Finally the Buckeyes get their first down of the game. With Rowe cutting across the middle, but 8 defensive backs. Carthage is going to try to keep everything in front of them. Definitely not going to let anything get behind them here is that linebacker for Carthage, number 5, Kip Lewis. And I got to say, Jeff, it hasn't necessarily, I think fans are going to say, hey, boy, is the Carthage defense that good? Really, it's just been the Buckeye offense hadn't been able to get going. 4th down and 1, we've chosen to punt 3 times, wisely, because it could be bad if we don't pick it up. But we get the first down, and the offense seemingly getting a little bit of rhythm now, but only 38 seconds left.
All right, we're sending everybody out. 3 receivers left, two left, 3 right. Brandon drops back. Quick pass, almost picked off as Cody Guidry fumbles around a little bit with it. It's going to fall incomplete, but almost picked off there. This has been a game tonight, a game strictly of defense. And what I mean by that is their defense keeping our offense 3 and out and off the field, and our defense limiting them to the best supposed offense in the state of Texas to only 14 points in the half. So this has been a defensive game tonight on both sides of the ball. Here comes 2nd and 10. Brandon fakes the quick pass, hits number 17, Rowan, and boy, they read that one. What a great job there by the Carthage defense, and I hate saying that out loud, but they drop us for a 2-yard loss as they've seen that on film, and boy, when Rowan came inside, he came across the line of scrimmage and came with him.
Yeah, we're going to take this into halftime, Jeff. At 10 seconds, we're not going to run another play. We may run one here and take a shot down the field. But in this case, we've only got 4 seconds left, and we're going to probably not run a play here as the half expires. And the Buckeyes are going to go in at halftime down 14-0 after literally only having 3-1 in terms of play possession. That's the name of the game. Carthage coming out and being Carthage. Jeff, they're not quite as scary as they were last year in terms of their ability to hit home runs, but defensively, the Buckeyes are going to have to find a way to stay off the field and get this offense clicking, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half. But so far, as you said, Jeff, defense, the name of the game, 14-0. The Buckeyes will get the ball to start the second half, and we'll be back after this halftime show.
You've heard the saying, location, location, location. Well, at First National Bank of East Texas, we've got branches, branches, branches to proudly serve our family of customers across East Texas and beyond, providing the convenient banking and financial services you need to grow your business or to help you manage your money and fulfill your personal financial goals. First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
When you're on the go and you've only got a minute, your Sefco store's got everything in it. From gas to groceries, you can find it right here. Aren't you glad there's a Sefco near? Day and night when you need the best, Sefco quality's as good as it gets. You'll find everything top of the line, and hometown service saving you time. Texans know when you're on the go, make it Sefco.
Stars Drill Team, directed by Donna Lane and Lauren Berry. From left to right are Emma Warden, Senior, Leila Hamilton, Senior, Chloe Dixon, Sophomore, Sarah Warden, Senior, and Lady Drake, Senior. The Stars perform a colorful disc routine to Lips Are Moving. And now, Buckeye fans on your feet as the Stars kick to the Gilmer Buckeye fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, Gilmer Independent School District is proud to present one of the most decorated military marching bands in Texas, the pride of Upshur County, the URL Sweepstakes award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band. And now we feature the GHS Majorettes as they perform a dazzling routine to Any Way You Want It. Alpine.
Smith Quality Meats, located at 604 Highway 271 South in Gilmer, just across from the junior high school, brings you the freshest cut, best quality meats anywhere. And now it is all right here in Gilmer. Just call 903-680-MEAT and let the experts at your locally family-owned Smith Family Meats set you up for your main course for any occasion. It is always prime time at Smith Quality Meats in Gilmer. Call us at 903-680-MEAT and tell Mr. Smith what you need today, so everyone at your house is happy tonight.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Extra, extra! Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
Rowdy Creek Ranch, located on Highway 300 between Gilmer and Longview, is your destination for a world-class escape. With everything from dinner and wine tastings to weekend retreats in our unique and luxurious glamping park, Rowdy Creek is a little piece of heaven right in our own backyard. Corporate events, reunion gatherings, weekend getaways, and even dinner with live music are all on offer at Rowdy Creek Ranch.
For all of your oil change and automotive service and maintenance needs, drop by Pit Stop Oil and Lube in Gilmer and take care of it with the fast, friendly, and full quality service. Pit Stop Oil and Lube is your hometown car care professional and can take care of anything your car needs to keep your vehicle running great and to keep you safe and satisfied. Conveniently located on Highway 271 North in Gilmer, if you need an oil change or inspection, make a pit stop at Pit Stop Oil and Lube.
You've heard the saying, location, location, location. Well, at First National Bank of East Texas, we've got branches, branches, branches to proudly serve our family of customers across East Texas and beyond, providing the convenient banking and financial services you need to grow your business or to help you manage your money and fulfill your personal financial goals. First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
When you're on the go and you've only got a minute, your Sefco store's got everything in it. From gas to groceries, you can find it right here. Aren't you glad there's a Sefco near? Day and night when you need the best, Sefco quality's as good as it gets. You find everything top of the line, and hometown service saving you time. Texans know when you're on the go, make it Sefco.
Smith Quality Meats, located at 604 Highway 271 South in Gilmer, just across from the junior high school, brings you the freshest cut, best quality meats anywhere. And now it is all right here in Gilmer. Just call 903-680-MEAT and let the experts at your locally family-owned Smith Family Meats set you up for your main course for any occasion. It is always prime time at Smith Quality Meats in Gilmer. Call us at 903-680-MEAT and tell Mr. Smith what you need today, so everyone at your house is happy tonight.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzy and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Extra, extra! Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
Rowdy Creek Ranch, located on Highway 300 between Gilmer and Longview, is your destination for a world-class escape. With everything from dinner and wine tastings to weekend retreats in our unique and luxurious glamping park, Rowdy Creek is a little piece of heaven right in our own backyard. Corporate events, reunion gatherings, weekend getaways, and even dinner with live music are all on offer at Rowdy Creek Ranch.
For all of your oil change and automotive service and maintenance needs, drop by Pit Stop Oil and Lube in Gilmer and take care of it with the fast, friendly, and full quality service. Pit Stop Oil and Lube is your hometown car care professional and can take care of anything your car needs to keep your vehicle running great and to keep you safe and satisfied. Conveniently located on Highway 271 North in Gilmer, if you need an oil change or inspection, make a pit stop at Pit Stop Oil and Lube.
And back here to Carthage, Texas, where your Gilmer Buckeyes have been treated to a big dose of Carthage Bulldog football. They trail 14-0, and the story of the first half is time of possession, where the Buckeyes come out and defer to the second half, so they will get the ball to start. But, Jeff, they had the ball 5 minutes and 27 seconds to Carthage's 16 minutes and 8 seconds in the first half. Carthage had 14 first downs to the Buckeyes' 1 first down. In terms of total plays, Jeff, you've got 41 total offensive plays for Carthage to 16 for the Buckeyes, and that's just the name of the game. It hasn't been that Carthage has really totally outplayed the Buckeyes, although they lead 14-0 on the scoreboard. In other words, they haven't dominated the game. They just dominated the chains. They've kept the chains moving. The Buckeyes have had 4th down and less than 1 on 3 different occasions. Coach Metzel very wisely opting to punt the ball because he was in his own territory. If we don't let them score on that last drive, this is still on serve. It can be a 7-7 ball game. But Carthage managing to make all the right plays. The Buckeyes making a few little mistakes, but at this level of play, Jeff, it means everything with the little things. Here's the second half right now.
All right, here's the kickoff. They're going to kick it deep. Once again, actually fielded inside the end zone. Coming out, Caden Tennyson's cranking it up down the right-hand side out to the 22-yard line. So Buckeyes are going to take over, pin deep again, 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. And we've just been unlucky as far as starting possession, field position so far in this game. So hopefully that'll change here in the second half. Buckeyes trail the Bulldogs 14-0. We got a whole half of football. Let's see if the offense can get cranked up the second half and make some things happen. 2 receivers wide right, 1 left. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Got a little room to run. Bounces out to the right side. First down plus some. And that's a big 18-yard run there by the junior back, Hayes.
Ashton Haynes.
Haynes. And last week he put up 180 yards, so hopefully he's going to have a big second half, Todd.
Well, he had more yards on that first run all the way out to the Buckeye 38 than the Buckeyes had the entire first half. Moving the chains on the first play, that's more like it for the Buckeye
Trip
offense.
Receivers to the left side. Haynes in the backfield. They're going to dump it out to Rowan Fluellen, and they are reading that extremely well. Rowan picks up maybe a yard on the carry.
It gets out to the first down. You see the ground that number 5, Kip Wells, can cover. He's going to Oklahoma for a reason. He's come all the way from his middle linebacker position to stop that for a 1-yard gain. And Rose got space, but the Buckeyes are going to have to stay ahead of the chains and keep them moving here on 2nd down and 9.
Haynes in the backfield. Tennyson. Hand off to Haynes up the middle. Lowers his head. Breaks free. Should have been tackled for maybe 1 or 2, but he fights forward to pick up at least 3. And that's going to be about 3rd and 5.
Now the Buckeyes, Jeff, are outside their own 40. Now you've got to see that they got to maintain possession. This is probably 2-down territory, trailing 14-0. The Buckeyes on the first drive of the second half, 3rd down and 5 from their own 44.
Yeah, I'd let Tennyson run this one. Tennyson rolls to his right side. He's going to tuck it and try to get some yards, and he gets a couple. It's going to bring up 4th and 3.
Yeah, that's where they got everything covered downfield, and that's going to be 4th down and 3. And this is the first decision for Coach Metzel to make. Do we go for it here? They've been limited with offensive snaps, so possessions become critical here to keep this one alive. 4th down and 2. The offense is back on the field now, and unlike the first half, Jeff, you see Tennyson and the Buckeye offense stay on the field with 4th down and 3. They need the 49 for a first down.
All right, Buckeye fans, cross your fingers and your toes. We need a big 4th down, 3 yards here from the shotgun. They hand off to Haynes. Lowers his head. They're going to stop him.
Yeah, they slant right to that and actually crash a linebacker to the outside. And that's just too easy for the defense there. The Buckeyes turn it over on downs and now put pressure on themselves, going for it on 4th down. And that play call is pretty easy for the Bulldog defense to handle when they're crashing right to it. And Ashton didn't have anything to do with the cutback on that play as he tries to bounce it outside, and there's 3 red jerseys waiting on him. And now the Buckeyes defense has got 1st and 10 that they got to defend from their own 46-yard line. Let's see what Carthage does.
Trip receivers to the left, quarterbacks under center. Handoff up the middle. Springs forward, falls for a gain of 3. Maybe 4. And got a little skirmish on the field there. Emotions are running high. We're going to call it 2nd and 6. Buckeye defense needs to make a big stand here. And I tell you, Carthage defense showing they have 8 returning starters from last year's state championship team, and they're showing why they're still a good defense. Trip receivers to the right, quarterback goes into the shotgun. And we're going to get an offside penalties on Gilmer, probably. They dump it out to number 1, and he's going to get a 1st down unless they moved. I think that's going to be on Gilmer. They're going to probably decline that penalty.
Yeah, I think that's a Buckeye defender jumping off sides, and Carthage.
Yeah, they're taking a long snap count, trying to draw us.
Yeah. And they got us on that one, and they're going to decline that penalty and take it down. 1st down and 10 now from the Buckeye 30 with 9 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. So the Buckeyes get the ball, move the chains, but unable to convert on 4th down. And now they've got a very short field to defend, and 14 points down. The Buckeye defense got to get a turnover right here, Jeff.
Trip receivers left, quarterback goes into the shotgun, 1 back in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the Buckeye 30. Handoff up the middle. Buckeyes snuff it out. Drop him for a loss of 1.
Yeah, that's a good job with Matt Burton there. Slanting, and along with number 20 Hernandez, crashing right to the point of attack. And they do a good job with getting a negative play. Brings up 2nd down and 12 for Carthage. I don't know what the Carthage kicker looks like, Jeff, but 3 points could be a huge play here in a game that's only 14-0 here, but already 5.5 minutes gone out of the 3rd quarter as the Buckeye defense got to figure out a way to get a turnover and get the ball back.
All right, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Quarterback's in the shotgun with 2nd and 12. Dumps a quick pass, and it's dropped.
Huge.
Going to fall incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd and 12 from the 32.
Huge play, Jeff, number 1, and that choice is out there to make the tackle, but it stops the clock. That's another one of those bread and butter plays for Carthage to keep ahead of the chains, but now they're definitively behind schedule or off schedule. 3rd down and 12. Watch for this deep in route out here with number 2 and number 1. Let's see if the Buckeyes are sitting on that play. Also, watch for number 15, the tight end, who is now backing up into a slot. There's not a lot in the playbook for Carthage to pick up 3rd down and 12 and 13, especially not when the wide side's to the left side of the field.
Watch the bottom of your screen here with number 13. We're going man-to-man over here on the right side. They're wanting to dump it out to him. Quarterback's in trouble. Tucks it and runs, dodges some would-be tackles, and picks up good yardage, about a 9-yard run there. And that's going to be 4th and 3 now for Carthage. Is tonight their quarterback. He's not their scrambling quarterback supposedly, but he's done a good job of scrambling tonight. 4th and 3 on the legs of the quarterback, and he's saved several 4th down conversions. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here.
Choice had the quarterback dead to rights and just was wearing another red jersey as he was being tackled at the same time. Huge down here for the Buckeyes.
All right, they're calling an audible here. They've got 3 wide outs to the left side and 1 to the right. You got 1 back in the backfield. He's not taking a handoff tonight, so they're probably going to put this in the air. They've now got 5 receivers. Buckeyes showing a 3-man rush. Dumps one over the middle. It's caught by Montrell for a 1st down. That's going to be 1st and 10 from the 10. 1st and goal from the 10.
Jeff, that one's straight out of the Carthage playbook. That's just the little slant route that they run. And that comes down to 6:55 now left to play in the...
So 1st and 10 actually from the 13. So 1st and 10 from the 13. They're going to put 2 receivers on the right side, 1 out to the left. And man, quarterback's going to be in the shotgun. They've got the big tight end in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Buckeyes snuff that one out. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Once again, Jeff, the Buckeye defense stuffing him for nothing on first down. But again, that's 2 minutes later here in the third quarter, as we've played half the third quarter already. And the Buckeyes got off exactly 6 offensive plays so far in the third quarter. And now Carthage eating clock, have possession deep in Buckeye territory, but 2nd and long. And if 4th down and 3 wasn't enough to get the Carthage Bulldogs off the field before, the Buckeyes got to find a way to make negative plays here and just stay in this game.
Trip receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Quarterback in the shotgun. 2nd and 11. And they fumble the ball and are able to pick it up, but that was actually knocked out of his hand by his own back that's coming up to block for him.
Exactly. And that brings up 3rd down now with a 2-yard loss and 14, as the Buckeyes here really have to get a negative play. So far we haven't even seen anybody warming up to kick. It may be something that Carthage just doesn't have in their repertoire as a kicker. That would shock me given the program, but 3rd down and 14 nonetheless. Big down here for the Buckeyes.
All right, got 2 receivers down here on the bottom of your screen. Watch them. They're going to pull up and go to the left, and it is caught, but there's a flag on the play. So we need to see what that's going to be. There is laundry on the field. That's a Carthage touchdown unless it's against Carthage.
And they're picking on the freshman, Caden Tennyson, and that's offsides against the Buckeyes. So that penalty is going to be declined, and the Buckeyes are going to have a backfire starting the third quarter as they give up a 4th down conversion attempt deep in their own territory, and Carthage cashes it in for a 20-0 lead now, and extra point left to come.
They've actually got a left-footed kicker. A while ago, he shot a wild one across there. This is a good one, and it is up through the uprights. So Gilmer 0, Bulldogs 21 now. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. We need Buckeye fans to throw all your well wishes to the Buckeyes. We are still in this game.
You've heard the saying, location, location, location. Well, at First National Bank of East Texas, we've got branches, branches, branches to proudly serve our family of customers across East Texas and beyond, providing the convenient banking and financial services you need to grow your business or to help you manage your money and fulfill your personal financial goals. First National Bank of East Texas, because together we're better.
Back to the action here as Carthage marches down after a 4th down stop against the Buckeyes in their own territory. Start the drive at the Buckeye 44-yard line and take literally, let's see, Jeff, about 5 minutes off the clock, just going 40 yards, capped off by an offsides penalty against the Buckeyes that led to a kind of a throw it up in the end zone touchdown. Carthage taking a free play and heck of a catch out there by the Carthage receiver that had a Buckeye draped all over him. That's number 10, Caden Tennyson. But now the Buckeyes find themselves in a 3-score hole, down 21-0, and still they have not even reached 20 offensive plays.
And let me remind everybody, last year we went in at halftime, it was 28-0. Buckeyes come out right off the bat, put up 2 touchdowns right off the bat. We're driving down the field till they threw an interception for their 3rd touchdown. So, again, anything can happen. They're going to do a short kick. It's going to be fielded for the best field position the Buckeyes started with yet, on the 37-yard line. And so instead of kicking deep like they have been, they kick a little short kick over to the left side of the field, and Buckeyes are going to start with pretty good field position.
Yeah, Jeff, this is simple now. With 5 minutes left, you got 17 minutes left to play in the game. The Buckeyes have to be able to score 3 times in about 20 to 22 offensive plays if they can get that in. And they got to maintain possession of the ball.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff to Haynes. He's got people all over him, no place to go. What a great job there. That defense just did a great job of getting penetration. The minute he got the football, he is looking at 3 or 4 red jerseys, and he is going to lose 4 yards on that carry. 2nd and 14 for the Buckeyes. Going to have to go to the air.
Yeah, there's no question. You're going to try to keep the defense honest, but Jeff, count the number of men in the box. there are 8 Carthage Bulldogs within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
All right, here's the snap. They're going to hand it to Haynes again, and he's going to get back basically maybe a yard on the carry, 3rd and 13.
Well, it's definitely 4-down territory now if you're Coach Metzel. If you run it twice to Ashton Haynes into the teeth of the defense, and you got 3rd down and 12, you got to be able to come up with an answer to get the ball down the field. They play cover 4, so now on 3rd and 13, you got 4 Carthage Bulldogs back in the secondary and daring you to throw it.
All right, Buckeyes, here's the snap. Drops back, got time, launches one down the field. It's going to be, boy, it was a well-thrown ball. We just couldn't reel it in. They had great defensive coverage. He put it right on the money, but in heavy coverage, Parker Gilo just couldn't reel it in. But that was a well-thrown ball.
Yeah, you can't throw it any better, and Parker double covered, and that's a clean play.
I like the call. I think we need more of that right there. I like it. I love the call.
That's the first shot we've taken down the field all night, and it's not like we've had a lot of possessions to work with. So we're still not to 20 total plays as the Buckeyes come on to punt with 4th down and 12 now. And now the Buckeyes are going to have to try to pin them deep. And Roe Llewellyn coming back onto the field as the clock is stopped at 3:46 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Cody Guidry into punt. Rolls to his right side. It's off a high punt. And not going to take a Buckeye bounce. It bounces out of bounds just across midfield at the 46 of Carthage. So Carthage taking over with good field position. And Buckeye defense goes back to work.
Down 21, Jeff. You got to pull out all the stops here because there's 3 minutes and 37 seconds left just in this 3rd quarter. But if you look at the total output of the Buckeye offense, we've gotten 1 first down and we've run basically 8 plays in that first possession. We go for it on 4th down, unable to convert on a running play out to Ashton Haynes, and then only 40 yards away from pay dirt, Carthage takes the ball and eats 5 minutes off the clock. So that's Carthage's formula, is eat clock and keep possession. And now they've got possession 1st and 10 from their own 46.
Quarterback under center, rolls out. Under heavy pressure, he falls down. He's going to be a sack. Burton putting the pressure on him. He just trips up and loses about 12 yards. So that is painful. That's going to bring up 2nd and 22.
Yeah, that is where you got to keep Carthage just in negative then. Now, that's a very negative play. So 2nd and 22 as they lose 12 yards as he's rolling away. Matt Burton's in hot pursuit, but he just trips over, let's call it the 35-yard line there, and falls down at his own 34. Because, as you say, Jeff, there's not a lot in the playbook for Carthage to pick up big chunks of yardage. And in this case, that's what they're going to have to be called on to do.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Nope, quarterback keeper. And he is going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage. Great job there by the Buckeye defense.
Yeah, that's the big number 56 border that's on the outside there to bring up 3rd down and forever. And this is where the Buckeye defense has got to figure out. It's going to be a deep shot. They're going to throw the ball down the field. Carthage is very happy to play field position, take 2 minutes off the clock and punt here. 27 seconds still on the play clock, and 2:20 left to play in the 3rd quarter on the game clock. They'll take all of that on 3rd down. They'll try to get what they can. Look for a draw play here, Jeff.
Oh, they're going to put this one in the air. They drew us off sides, so they're going to get 10 of that. They picked up a big, they're going to say, I'm not sure what they're going to say. I guess he stepped out of bounds maybe. They're it looked like we stepped off sides. I didn't see movement on their side of the ball. And that's the kind of thing you don't want to happen when you've got them down 3rd and 22. You don't want to give them anything.
In this case, if they take the play, this is going to be 4th down and about 6 from midfield. And if they take the ball and take the offside penalty, it's going to be 3rd down and 15. So let's see what Coach Surratt decides to do here. It is offsides against the Buckeyes, so a not smart penalty, but still it's 4th down and 6. And you got to think Coach Surratt may take 2 plays here, just trying to run the 3rd quarter out with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. and 4th down and 6. Absolutely imperative that the Buckeyes get a stop here.
All right, so we're looking at 4th and 6 from the 50. And most of the 4th down conversions they've have been 4th and short. They hadn't had to make up 6 yards.
This is slant
so,
number 11, Jeff.
Yeah, so they're gonna this is gonna be a pass. All right, they're gonna drop back, and we got a whistle. I don't see any laundry.
From
false
the far
start.
Side,
so that's gonna back them up 5. That'll be 4th and 11. Yeah, and that's a good break there for the Buckeyes. And knowing these guys, they'll go for it anyway, even though they're in position to do a little quick punt, quick kick. Yeah, they're going to go for it. They feel like their defense has done a good enough job tonight. Why not, right? Wide out to the left. Number 13, it's Montreal. He's going to send 2 wide outs to the left. 1 to the right. Quarterback, number 13, in the shotgun. And it is going to be a quick kick. So they put it up in the air, and it takes a huge bounce. And Buckeyes getting away from it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Nice job there by the quarterback getting a quick kick. So Buckeyes get another opportunity with 1:48 left in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 11. And let's see if we can't get some momentum. I hope they take some shots down the field, Todd.
Well, Jeff, it's a simple equation now. The Buckeyes are still very much in this game. It's only a 21-point game because Carthage is basically played against the clock and not against the Buckeyes. You see the Carthage formula. They're a well-coached team, very disciplined, but not a lot of home run hitting athletes. And that's one thing that the Buckeyes have on their side. But they just got to get them cranking here. 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes from their own 11.
All right. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Tennyson, nice run there, 6-yard gain. I don't know if we're watching the same game or not, Todd. I see a lot of good athletes over on the Carthage side.
They've got good athletes, Jeff, but compared to last year, they don't have the home run hitters that can score on any play. Carthage has got to play this type of game to win, and so far tonight they've been able to do that.
Handoff, Ashton Haynes hit the hole hard and fast, driving his legs, picks up a 1st down.
All the way out to the 23-yard line. That's going to stop the clock, move the chains with 1:16 left to play in the 3rd quarter, Jeff. And the Buckeyes still very much in this game. Again, 1st down and 10. They've just got to break the ice and get some momentum. But Carthage right now is going to play against the clock, and they're going to take every opportunity, and the Buckeyes have to play the same way.
All right. 2 receivers on left and right. Handoff up the middle. Haynes hits the pocket hard, picks up 3. 2nd and 7.
They got to play with a purpose here. It's okay when they put 5 guys in the boxes they're doing now to run Haynes, pick up 3 or 4 yards, but 52 seconds left and counting in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 7, and the Buckeyes trying to get some momentum here offensively.
All right, Buckeyes shift. Here's the snap. Handoff to Jackson up the middle. Breaking tackles and dive, and what an extra effort by Jackson to get the 1st down. I mean, that is just effort right there by Jackson. Should have been tackled, and somehow...
The clock is supposed to be stopped right now. Is there...
Yeah, the clock...
Not a 1st down.
They're not going to call that a 1st down. My gracious.
They're going to call that 3rd and 1.
Hometown cooking there, honestly.
Yeah, I thought he hit the marker, but evidently his knee hit the ground before he stretched out there. So great effort there, though, by Jackson.
Yeah, only 4 seconds left to get a playoff here.
Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper, it was supposed to be an option. And what a great job there by Tennyson. He just wheeled himself forward for 2 yards and a 1st down.
So 4th quarter, Buckeyes down 21-0, but driving out to their own 35. Jeff, we'll be right back to start this 4th quarter. It's going to take quite an effort by the Buckeyes to get back in it, but they're driving right now to at least get a good start towards the 4th quarter. We'll be right back.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Fourth quarter, Buckeyes down 21-0. The name of the game tonight, all night long, has been Carthage playing Carthage Bulldog football and really dominating the time of possession, taking advantage of the small Buckeye mistakes and turning them into points. This could very, very easily be very different on the scoreboard, Jeff. But the Buckeyes, given the fourth quarter now down 3 scores, they are driving now from their own 10 out to their own, let's call it the 34.5-yard line. But they've got to score on this possession, get the ball back, score again, and if they can do that, Jeff, then it becomes a ball game with 3 timeouts left. The Buckeyes have got 3 possessions left, let's say, in the game. They got to score on all 3. That's what it comes down to.
All right, Buckeyes looking to get on the scoreboard tonight. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, Jackson, and they are on him instantly, but he breaks out of that first tackle and fights his way back to the line of scrimmage. And it maybe lost a yard. 2nd and 11. And Buckeye offensive unit lining up again here. Just looking at 2nd and 11. 2 receivers wide to the left. And we got a player down. It's Rockwell, Keith Rockwell. So we got staff coming out on the field to check on him. Hopefully just a cramp. We'll take a quick break, be right back.
When you're on the go and you've only got a minute, your Sefco store's got everything in it. From gas to groceries, you can find it right here. Aren't you glad there's a Sefco near? Day and night when you need the best, Sefco quality's as good as it gets. You find everything top of the line, and hometown service saving you time. Texans know when you're on the go, make it Sefco.
Smith Quality Meats, located at 604 Highway 271 South in Gilmer, just across from the junior high school, brings you the freshest cut, best quality meats anywhere. And now it is all right here in Gilmer. Just call 903-680-MEAT and let the experts at your locally family-owned Smith Family Meats set you up for your main course for any occasion. It is always prime time at Smith Quality Meats in Gilmer. Call us at 903-680-MEAT and tell Mr. Smith what you need today, so everyone at your house is happy tonight.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need.
All right, 2nd and 11 for the Buckeyes. Here's the snap. Quarterback rolls to his left side. Tennyson decides to keep it. Look upfield, got room to run. Picks up the first down out to the 47-yard line. Nice run there by Tennyson.
Moving the chains out to close to midfield with 11:19 left to play here in the fourth quarter, Jeff, as the Buckeyes got to get into striking distance quick and then literally get the ball back instantaneously. Probably onside kicking and trying to keep possession for the rest of this game to stay in it. First step, just get first blood.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff to Jackson. Jackson fighting his way forward across midfield out to the 48-yard line. That'll be a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, the Carthage Bulldogs playing everything in front of them. Only really 3 men down on the line of scrimmage with an extra linebacker standing up on in a 9 technique. The Buckeyes spreading them out and running at them, which is exactly what the defense gives them, 5 yards in a pop. But again, Carthage is playing against the clock.
All right, Buckeyes send 2 wideouts right, 1 left. Here's the snap. Tennyson drops back, got time, got a receiver open. It's Gilo for the first down. All the way out to the 36-yard line. Buckeyes moving the chains.
Yeah, Parker makes a good catch, but puts his knee down there and picks up the first down. So the clock is going to stop momentarily, although it's continued to run. A little more home cooking here in Carthage as the clock moves, but never stops. As we're clicking down now to 10 minutes to play. 1st and 10 Buckeyes, deepest penetration all night at the 36 of Carthage.
Trip receivers to the right side. Motion. They're going to jet sweep it to number 17. They throw him all the way to the sideline, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's just a good heads-up play there by the defensive corner, I think, out there on the right side.
Yeah, and you notice that end getting about 4 yards penetration, which forces Rowe to run wide. And he finally gets the corner, but just runs out of real estate and actually loses a yard, brings up 2nd down and 11 now. But at least he got out of bounds to stop the clock. 9:43 left to play in this contest. Once again, Buckeyes down 21-0, but this is as close as they've been at the Carthage 37.
All right, here's the snap. Tennyson with plenty of time over the middle and just thrown incomplete. I think that was intended for number 2, Parker Gilo. They had Choice out deep. He was in double coverage coming out of his fullback position.
Yeah, it looked like somebody gave up on a route there because BT threw it to an open spot, and both Buckeyes kind of stopped and watched it go by. Not sure, but definitely wasn't on the same page. 3rd down and 11 now to go. Buckeyes got to get close enough to move the chains.
Straight down the field.
All right, handoff to Jackson. And, man, they're just all over him. They swarm him instantly. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, here's kind of the ball game, Jeff. 4th down and 11 for the Buckeyes. They need to get all the way down to the 26-yard line of Carthage. They're going to snap this from the 37 of Carthage, but they got to keep the chains moving. Otherwise, with 9 minutes left to play in this game, Carthage is going to take possession, force the Buckeyes to use timeouts. Coach Metz is going to take one here, and we'll take a quick timeout as well and come right back after these messages.
Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Back to the action. 4th down and 11 to go. Jeff, we've got 9 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game. This is as close as the Buckeyes have been, but after 2 runs for no gain, they got 4th down and 11. And they've got to get down to the 26-yard line of Carthage to maintain this drive, which is imperative that they score on this drive. So this is kind of the play of the game right here. 4th and 11 for the Buckeyes.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, man in motion. Tennyson drops back. Got time. Fires one downfield. Got Parker Gilo out of bounds at the 17-yard line. What a great job there by Gilo in a crunch moment. That was 4th and 11. A great pass, great catch. Wonderful job there by the offense.
Yeah, great protection for the offensive line. That route takes a long time for Parker to get in and out of. But the line gives Brandon Tennyson enough protection, and he makes a great throw.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff to Haynes, who's hit instantly. Has to fall back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm not sure who missed a block there, Jeff, but the defensive tackle was in the backfield literally when Brandon Tennyson was giving Haynes the ball. And he's going to do a good job to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's just 20 or so seconds clicked off the clock. 2nd down and 10 now for the Buckeyes from the 18, closest they've been all night.
All right, here's the snap. Tennyson drops back, going for the end zone. And that's just going to be overthrown. That pass was intended there for Rockwell, who a couple of weeks ago scored 2 touchdowns in that same corner. And that ball's just a little bit outside, a little over his head, not able to reel it in.
Yeah, kind of deja vu all over again. Carthage is in cover 4, meaning that they've got 4 safeties back there about 10 yards deep. and they've got 8 in the defensive secondary, rushing only 3 men, trying to keep it all in front of them. And like I say, Jeff, they'll give up yards to the Buckeyes on 3rd down and 10, but they don't want to give up a quick score. They just want to make the Buckeyes earn it. 8:30 left to play in the game, 3rd and 10 from the 17.
All right, low snap, handoff up the middle. Jackson got room to run, bounces downside to about the 11. That was just a nice run by Jackson. Just quick feet. Man, I love watching this guy run. 4th and, well, they're saying 4th and 4. Yeah, 4th and 4, and man, what? Need another crunch play here. 4th and 4.
Come on, time, guys. Call time out.
Yeah, plenty of time on the play clock, 20 seconds, 7:55 on the game clock, and once again a 4th down opportunity for the Buckeyes.
Here's the snap. This is critical. Tennyson's rolling to his right. Fires one for the end zone.
Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Is that a touchdown? It is a touchdown. What a crunch play. Tennyson running for his life on the left side. Fires a bullet into heavy coverage, and that is a Buckeye touchdown, and that has got the Buckeye fans on their feet.
Yeah, that's Rowan Fluellen who just comes up and grabs that out of nowhere. That just is a miracle play by Brandon Tennyson, who goes and grabs that one. So 7:41, and we got a ball game now as the Buckeyes on the board, 21-6. We'll have an extra point and then guaranteed onside kick left to come. But the Buckeyes, maybe 2 more possessions, Jeff. They got to score on both of them. Kick is up and good.
Fantastic.
So they get the first part of this done. Let's see if the Buckeyes can make it interesting in the last 7:41.
Would this be a great way to come back? I mean, they got some momentum. I love it. Buckeyes will return with 7:41, trailing by 14.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
About play on this one.
And we're back to the action here after a Buckeye touchdown brings the score to 21-7. 2 timeouts left for the Buckeyes, but only 7:41 left to play in the game. And now you got to look back to that last drive of the first half where Carthage is able to get it in to the end zone and milk the clock at the same time. And now the Buckeyes are going to be having to storm back with an onside kick attempt. It's all over on the right-hand side. But let's see what the Buckeyes try to do here. So we got an onside kick.
They're bouncing around. They're going to field it with at the 43. Great job over there on that side. They kicked it to one of their best receivers. But good attempt there by the Buckeyes for the onside kick. So now let's just hope the Buckeyes can, you know what the strategy is going to be here. Keep the ball on the ground, keep the clock running, try to get, a few first downs and not give the Buckeyes the ball back. And so the defense is going to have to really step up right here and get them 3 and out and off the field to have enough time to come back and try to get back on the board. 7:38 left to play in the 4th quarter. We need all the Buckeye fans to cross your fingers and toes, send all your well wishes right here to Carthage, Texas. All right, handoff, number 21, out to the right side, and he picks up about 5.
Yeah,
clock's going to continue to run, and they're not going to be in any hurry to call the next play.
Yeah, running back starts 9 yards deep in the backfield running downhill and gives that right side of the offensive line time to just kind of tackle everybody. That's going to bring up 2nd down, and let's call it 6 yards to go. as you say, Jeff, the Carthage is going to use all of their 40-second play clock, but the Buckeyes have to get a negative play here and immediately call timeout and stop the clock. But expect Carthage to maybe even go for it on 4th down, as Scott Surratt's just got.
Oh, he will. There's no question.
He's just got the Buckeyes between a rock and a hard place here.
Okay, quarterback goes under center. Long snap count. And they may fumble on the play. Nope, quarterback picks it up, but he's brought down instantly. I was afraid there were some offsides there. He gets maybe a yard on the carry, brings up 3rd and we'll say 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Coach Metzel saving his timeouts as we're now down to 6:30. And Jeff, there was a lot of time left on the play clock when they snapped that ball. That just was kind of a little bit undisciplined play for Carthage there. There's 26 seconds left on the play clock at 6:20 and counting, and Carthage just not wanting to stay under center for that long. Watch number 15, the tight end here on this play.
Buckeye defense coming hard. And there is, they're going to drag him out of bounds at the 50. He's going to be shy of the 1st, and that is going to bring up another exciting 4th down play that you know they're going to go for. It's 4th and 3.
Yeah, but Jeff, they went out of bounds, which is baffling to me.
Yeah, it's bad for them.
Yeah,
I guarantee they weren't coached to do that.
Yeah,
and what a great spot. They actually got it all the way over to the 49 of the Buckeyes, so it's 4th and 2 instead of 4th and 3.
This game's been scheduled in Carthage for a year now, so we knew where we were going to be. We're not going to get any breaks from anybody wearing stripes. And we're at least the clock is, well, they're saying the clock is running again, although we went out of bounds. So the clock is running.
All right, they send one wide out to the right side. It's Montrell.
Quarterback sneak. Here
quarterback
comes,
is going under center. They're stacking in tight to the right side. They're going to hand off number 2 around the right side, and he dives for the 1st down. And I believe he got it. They're going to say move the chains. Buckeyes are arguing, but he says nope, move the chains. Alan Metzel says no way, man. And I'll guarantee you, I'm glad he's fighting it, but I don't think we're going to win this call.
Not in Carthage, no.
You're not going to.
No, you're not going to get any spot fouled up.
No, they're going to give him the 1st down. That's 5:18 left in the game. Buckeyes have closed the gap. It's 21-7 with 5:11. And our boys are playing hard, folks. If you're listening back home, they are not quitting. They are fighting in this game and giving it all they got. Fumble on the play. There's a fumble. Carthage is trying to run for it. Buckeyes may have it. Buckeyes pick it up with good field position. 33-yard line. Buckeyes recover, and that's just the break that the Buckeyes needed. We are still in this game with 4:54 left to play. It's 21-7 with 4:54. Buckeyes get the ball back on the 32, and they've got a lot of momentum. They've got a lot of, I see the confidence building. They're going to spot the ball on the 34.
Yeah, this is a whole different scenario now, Jeff. Carthage has made the mistake. You get this one in the end zone within the next minute with 2 timeouts left, and you're definitely going to get a 3rd possession if you can get a stop. It's up to taking the next step.
Yeah,
the first step was getting it in the end zone the first time.
But look at the swagger on the Buckeyes right now. You can see that, hey, these guys can be beat. They're number 1 in the state. They hadn't been beat in 32 games. We can beat this team. Tennyson dumps one to 21. Jackson, he's got people all over him. He dives forward for a gain of maybe 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, the Buckeyes have got to go down the field here. There's only 4 minutes and 39 seconds left. 2nd down, clock is still running. So the Buckeyes have got to score quickly, but they've got to get a bigger chunk play than just 1 yard, Jeff. It's
well, that was supposed to be misdirection. They thought they were going to bite on that rolling, going around deep. Rolling to his right, and incomplete. Pass was intended for number 17, Rowan Fluellen. And even if he would have brought that one down, it would have been out of bounds. Nice shot there by Tennyson, just a little bit outside. 3rd and 9.
The good news there, Jeff, is that it's an incomplete pass, stops the clock. So this is definitely 4 down territory to get 9 yards. That's not the tall order. The tall order is making sure that you keep the chains moving and get in the end zone as quickly as possible so you get it to a 1-score game.
All right, here's the snap. Tennyson drops back, got time. Intercepted, and he is going to probably take this one all the way back unless Tennyson can drag him down, and it is a score.
That's not
That's a touchdown.
That's not one that Brandon should have let go.
No, it's not. And that is unfortunate. And they are celebrating in Carthage because I'll promise you they were sweating.
Yeah, they had Carthage exactly where they wanted them on 3rd and 9. But that's not one that BT's got to let go there. Is the linebacker made a fantastic play on the pick six, but that's a pick six that blows up the Buckeyes' opportunity to be right back in this game. Instead of a score on the Buckeye side, it's a pick six, and Carthage has got this one now in the bag as the kick is up and good, and now they stretch the score to 28-7 with 4:03 left to play. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Extra, extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Back to Carthage as the Carthage Bulldogs extend their lead with 4:03 left to play in the game to 28-7 after the pick six, and that was just a great job by the outside linebacker over there. He went for the ball. I mean, he could have got burned on that, and he went for the ball, high pointed it, and then took it all the way back for the score. And so the momentum swings back in favor of Carthage. But I will tell you this, folks, those of you that are watching the game and listening to home and listening around literally the world, we are, I think the Buckeyes have done something important here in this game, and that has built some confidence against this team they will probably, more than likely, see in the state championship again. I think they see that they are beatable. And we will make adjustments.
Coach Surratt sees it too.
Coach Surratt says, "Oh my gosh, this is not like last year. This it may be 28-7, but I assure you, if we play this team multiple times, that won't always be the case." Fielded on the 5-yard line. Here comes Caden Tennyson around the left side, and he is going to be dropped on the 15 with 3:54 left to play. And so Buckeyes are going to come out gunslinging right here, and we are going to try to get the ball down the field in a hurry, some out routes to stop the clock, because we are going to fight to the very last play, I assure you.
3:54 left to play, and the Buckeyes defensively get the break that they need, get the ball down to the 34, pick up a big first down, and a pick six just changes completely the momentum of the game.
All right, handoff up the middle. Jackson fighting for yards, gets a couple. And now we know for sure they're beatable because Buffy Vestal just sent me a text that said they are beatable. So now it clarifies everything that we knew. They are definitely beatable.
Well, Jeff, we said from the beginning of the game very simply that Carthage was not going to beat themselves. And when we gave them possession from the outset of the coin flip, we kind of robbed ourselves of plays. And you not only have to have opportunities because Carthage is not going to give you any, you've got to take advantage of all the little things. And there's lots that the Buckeye offensive and defensive staffs will see on film to correct.
All right, looking heavy pressure here. Tennyson's forced out of the pocket, forced to run. The left side picks up the first down. More importantly, gets out of bounds, stops the clock.
Yeah, great play by BT there.
Yeah, and what I want to see is I want to see them fight to the very last play.
Well, Jeff,
that's what I want to see.
This game means exactly zero. Nothing. You got a bye week next week, and then we've got district play, defending district champions in a relatively weak district. District champs gives you the first seed into the playoffs, where you're probably going to see this team again.
Rolling to his right, decides to keep it, cuts up field, picks up about 3 or 4 maybe. Can't tell where the spot is. They're going to give him 2.
And they'll call it 2 as BT is got 2 minutes and 45 seconds to work with here, but down 3 scores. So kind of that last pick six put the game out of reach for the Buckeyes. But again, it's not really a game that means anything except for the Buckeyes are going to be able to look back for the rest of this season, however long that lasts, and say, boy, there's a lot of missed opportunities that we had down in Carthage. But I tell you, Carthage, this is only the third game of the season for them, and they have lived up to the hype in terms of their discipline and taking advantage of every single opportunity.
Well, especially on their defensive side of the ball. Handoff, Cody Guidry, and they're not going to let him have anything outside. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 8. But both defenses performed extremely well here tonight. Carthage offense was able to put up 3 scores. Their defense put up 1.
And most importantly,
they did a good job of taking away our passing game tonight. You know, Rowan Flewellen, just for the first time in 2 years, hasn't been a factor in this game. They have stayed on him like glue. Rockwell doesn't have a completion in this game. The only thing that we've really had going in the passing game tonight really has been Gilo on a couple of catches. Tennyson drops back, and under pressure he throws that incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and 9.
That's probably a smart play because there's no difference between 4th and 9 and 4th and 6, and with the clock running, Brandon throws that at the feet of Mr. Keith Rockwell. And this will be an opportunity for the Buckeyes to move the chains. But, Jeff, I think everybody will watch this film tomorrow and over the weekend and have a long week to think about it with a lot of missed opportunities. But the Buckeyes find out one thing. Number one, they can play with Carthage. And number two, when you do play with Carthage, you better bring your A game and not make the mistakes that are kind of normal. And that's great lessons learned by stuff in a game that
Tennyson running for his life. He's going to get sacked on the 21-yard line with 1:56 left. Now we'll see here if Scott Surratt is going to try to punch one in or if he's going to be content to take this to the house.
1:56 left. 28-7 is your score, as the Buckeyes at least will not be held scoreless. And it's not the scoring, it's the opportunities, Jeff. That's the key thing for the Buckeye offense. As absolutely nothing went the Buckeyes' way from the coin flip on, as Carthage has been able to come out and really dictate the pace of the game. And I think you'll see that in the final statistics, especially with time of possession, that with the Buckeyes, it's real simple, that for positive plays, they average a point a play, and it hadn't been anywhere close tonight.
All right, Carthage running the football up the middle. Buckeyes going to bring them down at the line of scrimmage. And so the clock will continue to run. 2nd and 11 for Carthage. So the Buckeyes got a bye next week, as we said earlier, and then we're going to go into district play. And hopefully going to come out on the other side of that district champs, work our way through the playoffs. And if everything goes our way, through the playoffs, we'll see these guys again more than likely in the state championship in Dallas.
Well, there's a few things that have to happen first, Jeff, on both sides of the ball, as we see the pitch out, and Matt Burton just eats that up as that goes for about a 5-yard loss. But number one, Carthage has got a smart quarterback in number 10, Caleb Cuff. Not much of the number 3 senior that we saw, who is Javarian Rockmore. We haven't seen much of him tonight, but what we did see...
he's in the game now.
Yeah. What we did see is not really effective, but Carthage just playing program football, meaning that they don't make mistakes, and they do here at home what they normally do. I'm not sure that in normal circumstances, per se, they wouldn't have 50, 60 yards worth of holds that would normally be called against them. But I think they've only had 3 flags all night, and the Buckeyes have had 5 or 6. And those things make a difference when you are playing quality opponents.
All right. They were going to take a knee there, and they fumbled the ball. Buckeyes pick it up with 11 seconds running down the field here, just shy of the 40. And so Buckeyes, with 6 seconds left, their offensive units will come back out. Carthage played a great game tonight. I will tell you this, too. I was impressed with the Carthage fans tonight. The community over here, great bunch of folks. When we played our school song, I was impressed. The PA announcer asked the Carthage side to rise for the playing the school songs, and then asked them to remove their hats in respect for the Gilmer school song, and I thought that was fantastic. and they've been really good to us up here in the press box. They've played a great game tonight down on the field, and this is just two good programs. These are the two best. You got number 1 and number 2 in the state. You got two of the best coaches in the state, coaching staffs, I should say, and you got some of the best players, some of the best kids in the state right here. It's been an honor to watch this contest tonight, just to watch the competitive nature of both teams, and that's going to be the end of the ball game. But this is what football is for. This is why I do this. I love watching this game. I wish the Gilmer would have come out on top. Obviously, it's 28-7 final. Carthage wins. But boy, I'm proud of our boys. I thought they played well. I thought defense was exceptional tonight. We can figure out how to beat their defense, and I hope we have the opportunity to play them again. I'm so proud of our kids, so proud of our coaches, proud of our community. No reason to hang your head low tonight. Gilmer Buckeyes played a tough opponent and at home, and I think they did quite well. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Eric Conitz, our producer, Todd Robinson, and myself, we say good night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.